Right, let's just crack on with this. I'm not fucking happy one bit, as you can tell. Thank you to the free viewers who are in viewing this at the moment. All the other seven have probably fucked off, haven't they? Because my World Football Net decided to be a big bastard fat cunt. That's what it felt like. It fucking crashed in front of me. Right, let's just get on with this, or I'm gonna throw my laptop. Let's just get on with this, or I'm gonna throw my laptop because it decided to fucking crash, didn't it? Yes, I am live at this time, aren't I? Because the cunt that's World Football Net. I don't care if this stream's gonna get demonetized. I don't care. The prick that's World Football Net is clearly a fucking Exeter fan. That's just decided to crash my previous stream that was going so damn well. And now look at this. Anyway, let's get on with it, because otherwise it's going to crash again. I'm going to shut my computer and that'll be me paying 800 quid next week. Right, so this is where we were. Round 35. So let's have a look at what I have. We're going to look at this really slowly because I cannot afford for this bastard computer to crash again. I can't believe it crashed on a stream. 35 games. Blackburn, Derby, Oxford, my predicted bottom three so far. We've gone up to 20th with that draw at Hull. Portsmouth just ahead. Look at the gap between Watford and Sunderland. It's 5 points. Although Sheffield United have got a -2 deduction. Remember, guys, Sheffield United's -2 points deduction doesn't show on World Football Net. So they're actually on 41 points in 16th place, with everyone else just ahead. Coventry's top of the league after 35 games. Like I said, this is my early predictions. Well, not really early predictions. The fucking season starts tomorrow. Yeah, I'd have done this by now had the cunt not decided to fucking crash. It's my build-up to my official predictions of 2024-25. I'm really sorry with the swearing, everyone. It's bang out of order, I know, but you can't blame me for being so angry when my previous stream, which would have been finished by now, it got crashed. It got crashed because the website decided to be a cunt. I'm sorry for the appalling language, honestly. There's 5 people viewing. I appreciate the 5 people that are viewing. Right, well, let's just get on with this then, because otherwise, knowing my luck, this fraudulent website's going to crash again and I'll lose my marbles. So, let's get on with it. Round 36. Bristol City Hull, I think will be 3-1 Bristol City. Home win. Burnley Luton, I can see Luton getting a vital away win here. 4-1 to close the gap to Burnley as well. Coventry Stoke, the league leaders I currently have at the moment, I think will be 1-0 Coventry. Derby Blackburn, I think will be a home win for Derby to help with their relegation causes, and it'll be worsened for Blackburn. Again, I think Blackburn will do awful this season. Norwich, Oxford. Now, the last time Oxford went to Norwich, no joke, they beat them at Carrow Road. And I'm going to predict a surprise result here, which will put a dent in Norwich's playoff hopes. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Oxford, and a rare away win there. Now, us versus Sheffield Wednesday. We know that if we do not win this game, we are going down, because Sheffield Wednesday have an appalling record at home park. It's embarrassing, shocking, it's pathetic, it's hideous, and that is why, no reason why, we cannot beat them 3-0 at home again, and that's exactly what I think we'll do. 3-0 Argyle. Again, it's March where I think we will turn it around, because I really don't rate our January and February fixtures at all, because we were absolutely, I think we'll be vile during January and February when we had the likes of Sunderland away, Sunderland away, Luton away, West Brom at home. All fixtures I'm not confident for whatsoever. Millwall at home. March is the turning point. Cardiff at home, Sheffield Wednesday at home. Both fixtures we won last time and won pretty comfortably. And there's no reason why we can't again. This is where we'll turn it around. 3-0 to Argyle. Pompey Leeds. The last time Leeds went to Fratton Park, to be fair, it's a draw. And they'll look at the Coventry and Burnley results going, right, we've got to win to catch up to Coventry. 0-0. Pompey will surprise them in that game, in my opinion. Sheffield United, Preston, I'm going a home win, 4-1 Sheffield United. Sunderland, Cardiff, I'm going Sunderland 2, Cardiff 3. Swansea, Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough have an awful record at Swansea, although they did win there last time. But this time, I think it will be slightly different. We'll go 4-0 to Swansea. Swansea to make a statement at home. Watford, Millwall, 2-2. I think they'll give it everything. And West Brom to beat QPR 2-0 at home. So now let's look at the standings after round 36. Coventry's still top by 6 points. We're 18th, so we're climbing. This is looking much better from Argyle since we were in the bottom 3 a few rounds ago. So, right, we're just ahead of Pompey in 19th. We're now level on points with Watford, which is great to see. And we're pulling further away from the relegation battle, even though we're 3 points ahead, which is still not great, but still, we're pulling further away. Oxford just ahead of Hull in 22nd, Derby 23rd, and Blackburn are so far adrift. How many points are they away from safety? 23, 26, 29, 42. No, 26. I can't count. I'm that lost. 23, 26, 29, 32, 35, 30. Okay, 6. So they're about 4 games away from relegation. And Sheffield United are on 44 points. Their position doesn't change. Coventry, top of the league. Luton, Burnley, West Brom, Cardiff, completing the top 6. So let's have a look. Yeah, I agree, Liam. I agree. Have you seen who they've lost, Josh? They've lost everyone. Rosinia, Philogene, Greaves. They've lost everyone. Genuinely, they will struggle this season, and it's part of one of my surprises for the predictions this season. They will genuinely struggle this season. They've lost everyone. Hull this season are going to remind me what MK Dons did in League One a few seasons ago, and that was come from playoffs to go down. That not necessarily I think Hull's going to go down, but you know what I mean. Oxford did it as well in League One. I really don't see Hull doing well at all this season. They've just got rid of everything that they've earned and worked for, and they're stupid to do that. I say that. I have got Hull to win their next game against Oxford. 2-0 at home. They did that last time they played Oxford at home. And I don't think it'll be any different this time. So that'll be a huge boost to Hull's survival bid there. As for us, well, we love to draw 2-2 at Fratton Park. That won't change at all. If we don't win, if we lose that game, I'm going to kick off. Because I hate Pompey. I hate Pompey for a passion. We're repeating an annual 2-2 at least. If not, just give us an away win there for once. Again, like I said, March and April, we're turning it around. Because January, February, I think are going to be vile for us. If you watch earlier stream, Josh, I had my website crashed. So my stream ended a little bit early. So I've started it again. But yeah, you'll see the fixtures I've had so far during the course of my earliest predictions so far. Burnley, West Brom, I think will be a draw. Yeah, 2-2. I think they'll give it everything. Just going to quickly message Liam off DMs lately. Right, anyways, yeah. Cardiff-Luton. I'm going to think Luton will scrape it 2-1. Derby-Coventry. Now, these two hate each other. These two do not like each other at all, even though Coventry's arch rivals are Leicester. This is the sort of game, though, I do see Coventry dropping points at, and Derby wouldn't love anything more than taking points away from the league leaders that are, of all teams, Coventry City. I don't think Derby will win it, but I think they'll get something in this game. We'll go 1-1. Middlesbrough QPR. QPR have had a brilliant time at the Riverside last season. Don't think that will change this time. 2-0. Stoke Blackburn. I think Stoke will edge it 3-2. And I think Sunderland will comfortably beat Preston 2-0 to gain their own survival hopes. Leeds to comfortably beat Millwall, and Leeds to take advantage of Coventry's drop points at Pride Park. So Leeds will close the gap to about 3 points now. 4 points, because I do think Coventry will get a point at least. Norwich, Sheffield Wednesday, I think will be a home win for Norwich, 4-1. Sheffield United, Bristol City, a home win for Sheffield United, 1-0. Watford, Swansea, I'm going, and a tight away win for Swansea, 3-2. So now let's have a look at the table after 37 games. Coventry's still top, but Leeds and Burnley. No, not Leeds, not Burnley. Luton. Luton's overtaken Burnley in the table. So Luton's going to catch Coventry and Leeds up at this point. It's a late charge from Luton at this rate. We are 18th. We are still 18th with Pompey just behind us in 19th. Hull's now got out of the bottom three with that win over Oxford, and that's put Oxford into the bottom three, and Watford dropped to 20th with that defeat to Swansea. So Swansea's moved up to 17th, so they're gaining ground now, Swansea, and they are 5 points behind Sunderland. Sheffield United stay in 15th place. QPR have moved up to 10th, Middlesbrough 9th. Coventry's top of the league still. Cardiff still stay in that top 6, 2 points ahead of Norwich, which Josh will love. Yeah, no worries, Josh. That's fine. Have a weird relationship with Cov because a lot of us. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, don't worry about it, Josh. But yeah, feel free to have a look at that. Feel free to have a look at that when you can, as you can see what I've got with so far. So we'll go on to round 38. We got Derby at home. We beat them 2-1 last time. I think we'll beat them again 2-1 this time. Again, like I said, this is where we turn it around in the season, in my eyes. Honestly, I'm so confident for March and April. This is where it will rescue our season because I have no confidence for January and February whatsoever with those fixtures we have then. We'll beat Derby at home. And we've got a brilliant record against Derby at home park as well. So yeah, sorry, buddy. I just think we'll be too strong for Derby. I think you will take the lead though again, like what you did last time with Mendes Lang 2 seasons ago. But we'll see. Blackburn, Cardiff. I'm going to say a rare home win there for Blackburn, who are bottom of the league, so far adrift, but they have a good record against Cardiff at home. So I'm going to say Blackburn to win that. And that'll dent Cardiff's playoffs hopes. So Norwich will go into their game at Bristol City thinking, right, we have to win to take advantage of Cardiff. And I don't think they will. I think they'll drop points at Ashton Gate. I think it'll be 1-1. Coventry, Sunderland, 3-0 Coventry. I think they'll be too strong for Sunderland, which Sunderland fans will hate. Luton, Middlesbrough, I think will be 2-1 Luton. Millwall, Stoke, 1-0 Millwall. Oxford, Watford, 2 teams right next to each other in geography positions. And like I said, I do not rate Watford coming into this season at all. I think they could be the next so-called biggish club to potentially be in League One next season. And this is a match I can genuinely see Oxford winning, especially at home. And Oxford have a pretty good record against them at the Kassam as well. Oxford, like I've said so many times in part 1, and right now, they will surprise so many people this season. And the signings they've done have been incredible. And I think they'll win this game as well. 2-0 to Oxford. And that'll be a huge dent in Watford's survival hopes. And I think Pompey will lose 2-1 at Preston, which will be a brilliant news for us, which means we will take full advantage of Pompey in the table. And then QPR Leeds. I think Leeds will lose at Loftus Road again. I really do. I really think Leeds will lose at Loftus Road again. Another 4-0 to QPR. And that will be an absolute disaster for the Ellen Road boys. And it will be a disaster for Leeds if they want to catch Coventry. So, yeah, I really think Leeds will lose at Loftus Road again. QPR are a really underrated side, in my opinion. We'll go to the Steel City derby last because it's huge. I think Swansea will shock Burnley at home. Burnley don't have the greatest of records at the Liberty Stadium either. So I think they'll lose points there. And I think West Brom will comfortably beat Hull at home. The Steel City derby at Hillsborough. I went a 0-0 at Bramall Lane last time. This time I think Wednesday will edge Blades at home. I think they'll beat Sheffield United. Now let's look at the table. So Coventry are top on. Luton's gone up to second with Leeds' defeat at QPR. So Coventry's top, but they're now 4 points ahead of Luton. Look at Luton. They are on the charge. And Burnley have plummeted down to 5th. We are still 18th. So we are safe. We are 4 points above the drop with Oxford on 40. Portsmouth on 38. Portsmouth, Watford and Hull are all on 38. Derby 7 points behind on 31. And then look at Blackburn on 23. So it's looking bleak for Blackburn and Derby. How many points away from relegation are Blackburn now? So 23, 39, so 26, 29, 32, 35, 38. They've got 3 games to save themselves. Derby a little bit more, of course, because they're a lot further ahead. 24, 24, 26, 30, 8 points ahead of Blackburn, Derby. That's how badly I genuinely think Blackburn's going to do this season, honestly. I don't rate them at all. Even with Schmodix, I really think they'll come bottom, honestly. And I'll say that now before you guys see my actual predictions video itself. But yeah, Derby's on 31, Hull's on 38, Sheffield United's on 47, so they're still in 15th place. Because obviously, yeah, they don't show the -2 points deduction. So yeah, all to play for as we get to the closing stage of the season. We get to the Easter international break, and then we go on to round 39 at the end of March, and it's Watford away for Argyle. Well, we know we have to win that. We know we have to win that if we want to survive. But like I've told you all before, our record at Vicarage Road ain't the greatest, but I do think we'll draw against them again like we did last season when we got that brilliant point. So I do think it'll be another 0-0. So I am going to say a draw for us. So hopefully results will go our way now on what I think of my predictions. So yeah, Sunderland, Millwall. For the second season in a row, I think Millwall will win at the Stadium of Light. Cardiff, Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going home win for Cardiff, 2-1 Cardiff. Derby, Preston. Now, this is a game I genuinely see Derby win. Preston do not have a good record at Pride Park one bit. This will be, for me, Derby's strongest performance of the season. I'm going 3-0 to Derby, which will boost Derby's survival hopes massively if Derby do that. Burnley, Bristol City. I'm going 2-0 Burnley. Call as you like. Middlesbrough, Oxford. I am going 4-2 to Borough. Borough leaking goals again. Hull, Luton. I'm going to say an away win for Luton, 3-1. Leeds, Swansea. Home win, Leeds, 4-1. Norwich, West Brom. Home win for Norwich, 2-0. And this will really pain me to say this, but at home, I think Portsmouth will absolutely destroy Blackburn. I think it'll be 5-1, and this will be Pompey's best performance of the season, in my opinion, because I really think Blackburn will get hammered at that game. But I think Blackburn will hammer Pompey at Ewood Park earlier on in the season, because Pompey's record there is atrocious. It's really bad. And that's awful for Blackburn as well, seeing Derby win 3-0, meaning Blackburn are now inches away from relegation in my predictions. Sheffield United, Coventry. Now, Coventry do not have the greatest of records at Bramall Lane, and they are the league leaders, and they know they have to win to stop Leeds catching them, and stop Luton catching them, and stop Burnley catching them. And West Brom lost to Norwich in this, so... And I think Callum O'Hare will want to prove a point against his former club. So I am going to go 3-1 to Sheffield United, which will be a massive setback for Coventry in the autos race. And QPR will win at Stoke, in my opinion. Again, their strong away form, I think, will continue. So now Luton actually. Leeds are on 78. Luton is only 1 point behind Coventry going into round 40, which means Coventry look to blow this top of the table when they've been top for so long in this. We're still 18th, so I'm happy with that. We're on 11 wins, 10 draws, 18 defeats with a minus 20 goal difference, and we are 5 points clear of the relegation zone where Hull is. Derby have closed up to Hull and Watford, though, with that important win over Preston. Look at Blackburn. They are so far behind, honestly. I really see them struggling this season. So, with 7 games to go, so that's 26, 29, 32, 35, 38. Yeah, they're two games away from relegation, Blackburn. So, yeah, it does look doom and gloom on them, doesn't it? Sheffield United are 15th still because Stoke's ahead of them on goal difference, so they're not actually level on points with Wednesday. 7 rounds to go and we go into April. It's Norwich at home. Let's look at the comments section for the time being. Yeah, no, fair enough. I can see your point there. Draw for Liam at Watford. Norwich outside the playoffs. Love to see it. Okay. You'll love this, Josh. I do think for the second season in a row, we will beat Norwich again. What do I reckon? What do I reckon the score's going to be? Well, we beat them 6-2 last time. Can we do it again? There's no reason why we can't. There's no reason why we can't. Oh, fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm biased. Best performance of the season. We're going to absolutely demolish Norwich for good this time. 6-0. And this is where I'm going to say at the start of April, Argyle are back. If we can beat them 6-2 last time, we can go one step further this time. We'll go, yeah, honestly, it'll be our best win of the season. Genuinely, I think this will be our best win of the season. I don't care what people are going to say in the comment section now. If we're going to win emphatically, it will be against Norwich at home. And Josh will love it. Luca will love it. Alex Griffin will love it. We'll do Ipswich proud by thrashing Norwich at home for a second season in a row because I see us getting nothing at Carrow Road. So, yeah. I don't care. I'm going to back it. I'm going to back it. And then Blackburn, I think, well, they beat Borough last time at Ewood Park. I think they will do it again, which will give them breathing space from the inevitable, that's relegation. So I'm going to go 3-0 Blackburn, a brilliant performance for Blackburn there. And Borough to lose ground in the playoff race. And I think Bristol City will beat Watford at home 1-0. Coventry, Burnley. Now, this is a clash for the autos race. This could decide who wins the league. And I still think Coventry will have a better season than Burnley. So I think they're going to edge it. I think it'll be 0-0 for most of the game. Coventry will edge it 1-0. And then Leeds, I've got Luton to beat them at Ellen Road earlier in the season 1-0. Like what Leeds did to Leicester last time. This time, I think Leeds will get revenge. I'm going to back a strong away win for Leeds. So basically, that is the Grand Slam weekend. I think Leeds will do it at Luton. I think Coventry will do it against Burnley. So, West Brom, no, they have to beat Sunderland at home if they want to take advantage of the top 4 that I have there. But we'll get to that fixture in a minute. Millwall, Portsmouth, this pains me to say, but I can see Pompey winning this. And that will boost their relegation hopes as well. And Oxford, I can see, give Sheffield United again. Again, the Sheffield clubs do not have the greatest of records against Oxford one bit. I don't see Sheffield United losing this game at all, but I think they'll give it a go, Oxford. I'm going to go a draw. I'm going to go 3-3. I'm confident Oxford will do it, honestly, but we'll see where the table lands us to come 46 games. Preston Stoke, I'm going to back an away win for Shuey at Deepdale again. QPR Cardiff, I think Cardiff will lose race in the playoff race. Cardiff will look at Norwich getting absolutely battered at us going, right, well, we've got to beat QPR to pull away from Norwich. And then QPR will just prove everyone wrong and win 2-1 and beat Cardiff at home. Then I think Wednesday will thrash Hull at home. for good this time, 4-0. And then Swansea Derby. This is a staying up battle. This is, and the last time these two played at Swansea, I think Swansea beat them, and I think they're going to narrowly beat them again, which is going to be heartbreaking for Derby fans. I know. And West Brom Sunderland. On paper, West Brom should win this, but last time these two played last season, Sunderland did beat them at the Hawthorns, to be fair. And to be fair, for Sunderland's sake, they know they need to win to boost their own survival hopes in my predictions. So my cauldron to that is I think it'll be a draw. So both fans will be annoyed. 3-3. Well, Sunderland will be the much happier side. So that's 40 games. And Leeds are now 4 points behind Coventry. Luton also 4 points behind Coventry. That's what I mean. That's a huge win for Leeds because they've just overtaken Luton in the table like that. And all three of them have pulled away from Burnley and West Brom in 4th and 5th. And then that battle between Cardiff and Norwich is heating up with QPR and Millwall just behind. Middlesbrough 10th, Bristol City 11th, Sheffield Wednesday 12th, Stoke 13th. 14th is Sheffield United. 15th. No, actually, no, they're 15th because of 51 points. Preston's 14th. Look at Preston's goal difference. It just sums up how I think they'll do this season. Then it's Swansea. Then it's us. Then it's Sunderland. Then it's Portsmouth. Oxford, Watford. See, Oxford are starting to pull away from Watford, which just shows Watford need to get their arses in gear. Blackburn got an important win there, and Derby obviously lost. So Derby's lost ground a bit there. But how many games away is Blackburn away from relegation? So 29, 32, 35, 30 is still 2 games. Still 2 games. So, and they're still bottom of the league. Let's see what the chat has to say. Regardless. 6-2 again. Mate, I'd love it. I know I'm biased, but if we're going to win any game at home, it's going to be that emphatically. Liam loved it. Look at that. Ha! Come on. I fucking hope you do that. It'll be so funny. Yeah, I mean, same. It just wind Norwich right up, wouldn't it? Pompey to win at Millwall. Yeah, this is where I think us and Pompey will turn it around this season. But let's just see what the games now go into, because we're getting closer and closer to seeing who survives and who goes down. Round 21. Who have we got? We've got Swansea away. Right, I'm going to say this now. This will be our 3rd away win of the season. There's no reason why we can't beat them again. And I think we will. This time, though, I think it will be 2-1. I do think Swansea will give them the lead. And that will scare us, but I think we'll turn it around. 2-1 to Argyle. So our wins so far away from home, I've got Derby and Oxford, and Swansea being the 3rd away game where I think we'll win. So that's 3. And our good run of form at the end of the season in March and April continues. So there we are. That's what I genuinely think. We're not far away from surviving, but we gotta depends on everyone else though. So we'll see. Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday won at Ewood Park last time, and I think this time will be no different. 2-0. Bristol City, West Brom. I see West Brom dropping points at Ashton Gate, so I'm going to go 0-0. I think Leeds will win at the Riverside 3-1, but I do think Borough will score first. Norwich will put their hammering at home park aside, and I think they'll go back to winning ways and beat Sunderland 2-0. Preston, Cardiff. I'm going to back Preston 2, Cardiff 4. So Cardiff responds to Norwich's pressure there. Sheffield United, Millwall. I think Millwall will drop points in the playoff race here. I think this will be 2-0 to Sheffield United. So that's that. And Luton, in my opinion, will lose at Stoke. I'm going 1-0 to Stoke, so it'll be a surprise result for Luton. Luton do not have a good record at the Bet365 one bit, so I do see that being 3 points for Stoke. I can't lie. So I've got Stoke to beat both Luton and Leeds at home this season, and West Brom. So that's just how underrated I think they will be this season. And now we've got a relegation battle here. It is Watford versus Hull at Vicarage Road. And ultimately, I don't think either side will win this. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. So that'll be a bad result for both of them. Coventry, Portsmouth. Again, for some reason, I can see Portsmouth being jammy draw merchants and Coventry to drop points in the autos race again. 2-2. You have a decent record against Coventry as well. I can see it this season as well. Derby versus Burnley. And Burnley don't have the greatest of records at Pride Park, in my honest eyes as well. And I can see them dropping points here as well. But I don't think Derby will win it, though. And that will be a dent in Derby's survival hopes. So I'm going to go 2-2. But I think that Blackburn result relegates Blackburn. But we'll go to the table in a minute. And then Oxford hosting QPR. QPR have an awful record at the Kassam. And this is another game I genuinely think Oxford will surprise the whole league. I'm going to go 4-1 Oxford. Loftus Road, QPR will win that, no problem. But at the Kassam, I think it'll be the complete opposite. And Oxford will dent QPR's playoff hopes, which will be good news for Cardiff, good news for Norwich. Oxford to dent QPR's playoff hopes and Sheffield United to dent Millwall's playoff hopes. With 5 rounds to go. And Leeds have closed right up to Coventry, dropping points there. So Portsmouth have done Leeds a favour there. We're now 16th. Where we want to be. Where we want to be. That is perfect. We've overtaken Swansea in the table as a result of that. Sheffield United stay 14th. Let me have a look at the bottom. Blackburn. So 26... 29, 32, 35, 38, 41. They're 1 game away from relegation, Blackburn. It's not confirmed yet, but it's so near. Look at Derby, though. They have closed right up. They're only 4 points behind Hull. They could still do it. And 5 points behind Watford. So let's just see who's safe, confirmed. So Hull's on 39 points. So the highest they can be on is 42, 45, 48, 51, 54. So we're not quite safe yet. Because Preston aren't safe yet. Preston are inches away from safety, but Sheffield United upwards are all completely safe. We're not completely safe yet. So, yeah. But we are now 10 points above the drop. That's how well I think we'll do at the end of the season. So, we've gone from 3 points. We've gone from being in the bottom 3 in February, losing to Millwall at home, to turn this around. Like I think we genuinely will. So... yeah, we're not safe yet, but we're very nearly there. But Preston are inches away from safety. But Sheffield United upwards are okay. Let's have a look at the... and the autos race is still all to play for. Without a shadow of a doubt. Right, 5 rounds to go. I can't afford this being a pain in the arse website again. So, yeah, I'm taking the charger out as a result of that. Let's look at the comments for the time being. Yeah, I do think the Championship's weaker this season with how bad the Premier League sides were last season and then League One being weaker as it was last season. So it kind of ended up being a really easy season for Portsmouth, Derby and Oxford to a certain extent. So, yeah. I do think it's weaker this season, which I think suits Argyle perfectly as well. I think it's weaker because last season you had the likes of freaking Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, who were all unbelievable. Leicester especially. And then Birmingham going down with how strong they were. Last season was so much stronger. It's the strongest championship I saw in years. This season's so much weaker, in my opinion, which I think suits Argyle perfectly. But that's just me. You off to bed, Josh. Have a good night. Hopefully I've done you proud, considering I think we'll thrash Norwich again. So, yeah. Let's go on to round 42 then. 5 rounds to go. So we have got Sheffield United at home. I think we'll beat them. I genuinely think we'll beat them. Sheffield United do not have the greatest of records at home park. And you know what we proved last season? We proved last season that we can beat one of the teams that got relegated from the Premier League. And that's exactly what we did against Leicester. I don't see us beating Burnley. I don't see us beating Luton. If there's anyone from the Premier League we're going to beat this season at home, it's going to be Sheffield United. It's going to be Sheffield United. I think we'll lose at Bramall Lane. I think we'll get outclassed at Bramall Lane. But at home park, I think we will turn them over and get revenge and beat both Sheffield clubs 3-0 this season at home, which now it inches away from safety, which is great. So, but we'll see. Burnley-Norwich, I'm going a home win for Burnley, 3-1, which will dent Norwich's playoff hopes. And as a result, I've got Cardiff to beat Stoke at home, which is a great result for Cardiff if they want playoffs. And now Hull are going to be battling for their lives here at the bottom, while Coventry's going to be battling to, win the league, let alone become top 2. Well, I'll say this now. I've got Leeds to beat Preston at home, 2-1 Leeds. So Coventry know they have to win at Hull to stay top of the league, but Hull need to win themselves to stay up. I think Coventry will drop points at Hull, though. I can't lie. Like what they did last time as well. So I'm going to go 1-1. So either side won't be pleased with that. And that means Leeds is going to go top of the league. With 4 games to go, Leeds is going to go top of the league. So, yeah. Leeds are going to overtake Coventry in this. And Coventry's been leading the league for so long in this. And they're now going to be overtaken by the wrath that is Daniel Farker. Luton Blackburn, I'm going 2-0 Luton. I think that confirms Blackburn's relegation to League One in my prediction. So, and I do think Luton will win that comfortably. Millwall Middlesbrough at the Den. I've got Millwall to win at the Riverside. I think Borough will win at the Den. So I'm going to go 3-2 to Borough, but I think Millwall will give them a game. Portsmouth Derby. Again, I've like all the last 2 seasons, I think this will be a draw. And like 22-23, I think it'll be 0-0. Which I know won't help Derby's cause one bit. QPR Bristol City. I'm going to go a draw like last time at Loftus Road. I'm going to go 2-2. Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford. Like I said, Oxford's record against the Owls is absolutely superb. And this is another game where I think Wednesday will be Wednesday. And we'll get too cocky and think they'll thrash them. They won't. In my opinion, they won't. Oxford's record is superb against them, even at Hillsborough as well, to be fair. It speaks for itself. And I'm going to back a surprise result here. I'm going to back a rare away win here for Oxford, which will be massive in their survival bid there. And I've got Sunderland to beat Swansea at home 1-0, which will be massive for the Black Cats. And I think West Brom will beat Watford 4-2 at home, which will be a huge dent to Watford's survival hopes, considering that Hull's getting a point, in my opinion, against the league leaders, who are no longer the league leaders, because now Leeds are now the league leaders with 4 games to go. So let's have a look at now. QPR's risen up to 8th, meanwhile. They're looking to end this season strongly. Norwich are 4 points behind Cardiff. So it's looking bleak for Norwich to reach the playoffs. Let's see who's got playoffs confirmed at least, meanwhile, with 4 games to go. So 69, good number. 72, 75, 78, 81. Right, so Luton upwards have got playoffs at least. Burnley, West Brom, Cardiff, they haven't. Sheffield United are on 54 points, so they are 14th as it is. We're 16th. Sunderland 17th. Oxford's risen up to 18th. That's how well they've done in this form. Look at them. Pompey's now 19th. I do think Swansea will struggle regardless. And yeah, well, it's looking bleak for Watford and Hull. And especially for Blackburn. It looks like, well, to be fair, Derby can still do this. They're only 4 points behind Watford and Hull. It looks like it's going to be a straight battle between those 3. And Blackburn are out of it. Just look at them. Look at Blackburn. Yeah, and the highest they can finish on now is 38. So that is Blackburn officially relegated. That is Blackburn officially relegated to League One in my predictions. So, yeah, there we are. I do think Blackburn will go down this season. And I will explain more why in my official predictions video when it comes out. So there we are. I have got Blackburn to go down this season. So that's that confirmed. Who will join them? How many points are we ahead of the drop? 12. That is good. That is good. So let's see who survived. So Hull's on 40. So 43, 46, 49, 52. 52 is the highest Hull can finish on, which is where we're at. So Preston's safe. So all we need now is a point against Borough at the Riverside to confirm safety. All we need now is a draw at Middlesbrough to confirm survival. And what a turnaround that's been, whether Wayne Rooney's still the manager at this stage or someone else comes in. So yeah, all we need is a point at Borough and we've done it. And to be brute, let's just have a look at the comments. So, do you think previous experience in the Championship is any use for promoted clubs? Well, yeah, but at the same time, I've seen how poor Burnley, Sheffield United and Luton all were last season. So I do think Luton will be the strongest, though, if I had to choose. But yeah, it depends. But I think other teams will be up there. Leeds will be up there. I do rate Coventry this season, though. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. Round 43, then. The Greens are staying up. I don't need to have an alcohol drink, so I'll just have my Pepsi for this one and celebrate. We always win at the Riverside, and I think this time will be no exception either. 2-0 to the Argyle, just like last season. Daryl will piss his pants and poo his pants, and we will win 2-0. For a third season in a row, I think the Greens will be in the Championship. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army, and now that Argyle stayed up, that is the end of the video, guys. So, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.
I'm only joking. Ha ha! Got him! Got him! Ah! The Greens are staying up. Come on. I think with Derby's experience in the Championship much more recently than Oxford and Portsmouth. No, I do agree. I don't rate the squad. I hope you prove me wrong, though, mate, because I really want Derby to stay up. I really like Derby as well. I just don't see them doing great. My reasons for Derby is exactly what a lot of people have for us. So please prove me wrong, because even though I think Derby will struggle this season, I really want you to do well. I do really like Derby as well. So I hope you prove me wrong. I'd rather Pompey go down instead, obviously, because they hate us. But I don't think they will, sadly, annoyingly. My only confidence for Pompey going down is that they have been so poor in the transfer window this season, this summer, and it could hinder them. But it's more for me that they built that squad in the League One as it is, and I also highly rate Mousinho, and that's why I think they'll stay up. But the table will decide it. But yeah, I think we'll beat Borough, and that's it. That's Argyle staying up then for another season. Roll on 25-26. Let's get on to the rest. Blackburn, Millwall. Well, Blackburn are now down, so they have nothing to play for. But Millwall, it would be typical Millwall to drop points in this game. And Blackburn being a big shithouse in stopping people doing what they want to achieve now in this season. So I'm going to go 1-1. Also, Blackburn and Millwall can't stand each other because they both knocked each other out of the playoffs. So, yeah, it won't be pretty for them. But yeah, I'll go 1-1. Bristol City, Sunderland. I'm going to go a home win for Bristol City, just like what they did last time against Sunderland. So that will deepen Sunderland's anxieties on staying up. And this will be really bad for Coventry. But I have gone with 1-0 West Brom at the Ricoh Arena. And my reasoning being, I highly rate West Brom's record against Coventry over the years. And this will be a massive dent in Coventry's auto hopes. And they now cannot afford for Luton to catch them up. And Luton are away at Pride Park, and they know they have to win that to catch Coventry up. But I see West Brom beating them at the Ricoh Arena. It's a very close game as well, Coventry-West Brom. I think West Brom will edge it, and Coventry fans will go into full-time after that match getting so anxious, thinking, will we make the Premier League? I don't know. Well, Derby will survive another day, in my opinion. So Luton won't take advantage of Coventry, in my opinion. And I haven't rated Luton's record at Pride Park over the years either. So I think this will be one of Derby's best performances of the season. I am going to go 3-0 to Derby against Luton. And I think they'll survive for another day, the Rams. So, yeah, and that will put a huge blow into Luton's chances of top 2. And it just shows it can happen in this league. We did it to Leicester last season. I think Derby can do it to Luton this season. And I think Burnley will lose at Vicarage Road. So this is another surprise result here. This won't be good news, though, for Derby, seeing Watford win as well as them winning. Burnley have a wretched record at Vicarage Road. And Watford, I will be fighting for their lives if I've got them to really struggle this season. And that's a rare game I can see Watford winning. So I'm going to go Watford 2, Burnley 1, and that'll be a huge dent into Burnley's auto hopes. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's Burnley's auto hopes gone with that defeat. Depends on how I think It depends on how I think Leeds will do at the Kassam. So, yeah. You know what? I'll put that in now anyways. I'm going to go 4-2 Leeds. Oxford, I will give it everything, but Leeds will be too strong for them. I'm going to go 4-2 to Leeds. And that means Leeds will go clear of Coventry as well. So, yeah. Norwich versus Portsmouth. Everyone will back a Norwich win for this, unsurprisingly. And I hope Norwich do us a favour for this. Annoyingly, I don't think Norwich will do us a favour for this. So let me just take you back to round 22 briefly. I had Norwich to win at, not 22, 21, 20, wherever it is. Bear with me. 20, round 20. No, I've got Norwich to win at Fratton Park, but that's because Norwich have a really good record at Fratton Park. This might surprise you, but Portsmouth have got a really good record at Carrow Road. And this pains me to say it, but I think they'll absolutely deck Norwich 3-0. And that's going to cost Norwich playoffs, the way that's going. So I think that's Portsmouth safe. I think that's Pompey safe with that win. It's a rare away win I can see Pompey getting, I can't lie, which is painful for me to say. I just annoyingly can see it. And this is where I think Pompey will stay out. They have a good record at Carrow Road, so it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And they did win there last time they went there as well. So, yeah. But I have got Norwich to beat them at Fratton Park earlier in the season. So it's just one of those, isn't it? I mean, welcome to the Championship at the end of the day. Which means QPR need to beat Preston to catch up to Norwich. And I have got QPR to win at Deepdale. Like I said, they're so underrated away from home. They're so underrated away from home, QPR. And I highly rate Cifuentes. And they did beat them at Deepdale last time as well. And I can't see why they can do it again. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 QPR. So Cardiff need to win at Sheffield United at Bramall Lane to pull away from Norwich's shocker of a result to Pompey. And Cardiff won't take advantage, in my opinion, because their record at Bramall Lane's awful. So I'm going 4-1 Sheffield United, who have already stayed up as it is anyways, the Blades. So, yeah, I think it'll be an emphatic win there for Sheffield United. Wednesday, I think, will win at Stoke 2-0. Just like what they did last season, I think they'll beat Stoke away again, and it'll shut Shuey up. Swansea Hull, I think, will be a draw. I'm going 2-2, which will be anxiety for both sides. So now let's have a look at the table with 3 rounds to go. Leeds have taken full advantage of Coventry's misfortunes there, but they are only 3 points clear, and Luton's still in the autos hunts. The highest Norwich can finish on is 78. So Burnley have got playoffs confirmed, so only Norwich can overtake Cardiff now. Can Burnley catch the top 2? Yeah, they can. Burnley are out of it if they don't win their next game. So, yeah. Burnley, West Brom, Luton, they can all still do it. And who can still get playoffs? Millwall can't, because Millwall's highest is 72. So that's Millwall out of it. So it's between Cardiff, Norwich and QPR. It's between Cardiff, Norwich and QPR for that final playoff spot. So, yeah. Then Bristol City's 10th. Wednesday's 11th. Bristol City, Wednesday and Borough are all on 61 points. Sheffield United's on 59. Well, Sheffield United's on 57, actually, because of the -2 deduction. Stoke's on 56. We've really caught up to mid-table, haven't we? That's how much I think we'll do well at the end of the season. So we're on 55. Preston's on 53. Portsmouth, 49. Sunderland, 49. 47 for Swansea and Oxford, 43 for Watford. Derby is on 39, Hull's on 41. Blackburn's already out of it, obviously. So let me have a look at Derby. Yeah, they can still do it, Derby. They can still do it. Hull, 41. So 44, 47. The highest Hull can finish on now is 50. So Portsmouth and Sunderland are only a point away from survival. So Portsmouth and Sunderland are only a point away from survival in that case then. So it looks like it's between Swansea, Oxford, Watford and Hull and Derby. So, because Blackburn's already out of it. Yeah, Preston upwards is safe. Pompey and Sunderland are inches away from safety. But look at Pompey themselves. 11 wins, 16 draws, which is 11 wins is awful to be in 17th in the league. But then 16 draws and 16 defeats. That's how much I see Pompey being draw merchants this season. Honestly. 3 games to go. I think I might have to tone it down because I think I've just woken someone up by accident. But we aren't far from finishing this stream anyways. So anyways, let's get on to it. Coventry at home. The team's second in the league at home. My predictions are coming out on Friday, so I won't reveal too many spoilers where I think Plymouth will finish, but I think you'll be happy with it. Okay, fair enough. Well, again, mate, it's completely up to you because everyone has their own opinions at the end of the day. Sheffield Wednesday is a team I think you've slightly overrated. I might, to be fair. To be fair, I do think Danny Rowley is getting far too overhyped, so you could be right. You could be right. 3 games to go. 3 games to go. Right. Burnley, Sheffield United. Well, Burnley beat them 5-0 at Turf Moor last time. So I'm going to say the same this time. Fuck it. Because I think Burnley's going to be a different level to Sheffield United this season anyways. Right, we'll go on to us now anyways because I was meant to. We've got Coventry at home, the team's second in the league. Last time we played Coventry at home, last season, we should have beaten them. We should have beaten them. And then Coventry got such a late equaliser and it dented our form. I was so angry. And we drew 2-2 when we should have won 2-1. This time, and I know it's a lot to say because I've got because Coventry are second in the league at the moment, but I think Coventry will lose at Home Park this time. My reasonings being, we beat them last time we played them, not last season, but in League One in 2018-19 at home. We should have done last season and we blew it right at the death. This time, I know Coventry's second in the league, so this is a bit of a bold prediction, but this time I think we'll get revenge. And Coventry have a wretched record at Home Park anyway, so I think one of Coventry's few defeats this season will be at Home Park when I've got them to do so well this season. So yeah, I'm confident I'm going to go 2-1 Argo. Like I said, this time of the year I think we'll do well. January, February I think we'll do absolutely awful. So yeah. Cardiff, Oxford. I'm going to say 2-1 Cardiff. They'll be too strong for Oxford. Hull, Preston. I'm going to go 0-0, and that will be a bit of a dent for Preston, for Hull in their bid to survive. Leeds, Stoke. I think Leeds will hammer Stoke at home 4-0. So that'll boost their autos hopes, especially when I've got Coventry to lose to us. So we've basically done Leeds a favour here. And Shuey's failed to do Coventry a favour. Luton, Bristol City. I'm going to go Luton 1-0. Home win for Luton. Millwall, Norwich. Norwich lost at the Den last time, and I think they'll lose there again this time. So that will dent Norwich's playoff hopes massively. 1-0 to Millwall. Portsmouth, Watford. Watford's record at Fratton Park is not good at all. I think Pompey will be all over them in this game. I'm going to go 3-0 to Pompey, and that is Pompey safe with 3 rounds to spare. That is Portsmouth staying up and Watford hoping for another day again. That's Portsmouth safe with that win. QPR Swansea, I think, will be 2-1 QPR. So that, again, with Norwich losing at Millwall, I think QPR will catch Norwich. And that will be a dent. That will be more anxiety for Swansea if they want to stay up. Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough. They drew with each other last time, and I think it'll be the same this time, 2-2. Sunderland, Blackburn. This is where Sunderland will stay up. I'm going 3-1 Sunderland. I think Sunderland will outclass Blackburn at home, and then that's Sunderland's safety confirmed then as well. So it's just down to 5 teams. So can Derby do it at the Hawthorns, who are chasing automatic promotion, West Brom? I don't think they will, but I think they'll give them a hell of a game. I'm going to go 0-0, so I'm going to go a vital point there for Derby. And I rate Derby's record against West Brom over the years as well. So, yeah. Let's have a look at the autos panel. Leeds are 1 point away from promotion. Leeds are 1 point away from promotion with Coventry, Luton, West Brom all dropping points. Burnley could still get second yet, which is mad. And I've just realised something. Norwich's defeat, I've got there to Millwall, ensures playoffs for Cardiff because Norwich can't catch them now. The highest they can finish on now is 75. So Cardiff's got playoffs. I do think Cardiff will get playoffs this season. I rate Irobula. I rate the signings they've made. And I'll say more, obviously, in my actual predictions video itself. So, yeah, that's playoffs decided then. So it depends now if any one of these three can overhaul Luton into second. Well, it's more of a big ask for West Brom and Burnley, but for Coventry, it's a big battle. QPR's now level with Norwich after that. Millwall's 9th, Wednesday's 10th, Middlesbrough 11th, Bristol City 12th. We're now 14th with that win over Coventry. God almighty. 58 points. That's how strong I think we'll be at the end of the season. There is 2 rounds to go. Stoke are 15th. In fact, we're 13th. Sheffield United's 2 points of We're freaking 13th, man. We've pulled a Millwall from last season. Yeah, then it's Stoke. Then it's Preston. Then it's Portsmouth, Sunderland, Swansea, Oxford, Watford, Hull, Derby, Blackburn. Derby can still do it. Derby can still stay up. But yeah, Sunderland's safe, Portsmouth safe. Swansea is not safe at all yet. But Swansea and Oxford are now a point away from safety, with them being on 47 points. And the highest Hull can finish on is 48. So yeah, 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds to go. What do we reckon then? What do we reckon then, Jackie boy? The penultimate round of my fixture predictions. So, we've got Preston away. Right, I'm going to own up now. I think we will lose at Deepdale. I hate to say it. I think we'll lose our last away game of the season, which would be a shame with that amazing run of form I think we'll do at the end. But like I said, we're on 18 defeats at the moment. Like I said earlier, I do think we'll lose at least 20 games this season. And I was so close to predicting this as an away win, but I do think Preston will finish ahead of us. I really do. And so I don't think it'd be right for me to predict a win for this. I do think Preston will finish ahead of us, annoyingly. And we did lose at Deepdale last time. I think it'll be the same this time. I think it'll be another 2-1 defeat. So it is my first drink in a while. Apart from the celebration one against Borough, obviously. So, yeah, I do think we'll lose at Preston, sadly. I hope I'm wrong. Because I want revenge on Ryan Lowe. Blackburn, Watford. I am going to go 2-2. Watford lost at Ewood Park last time. This time, I think they'll get a point this time, and that will be a bit of a blow for their survival hopes. Cardiff, West Brom. I'm going to say 1-1. Now, here's a game. Wow. Hull versus Derby at the MKM. I think whoever wins this stays up or has the better chance of staying up. We'll go back to it. It's intense. So, yeah, I like the intensity. But Leeds are a point away. Leeds are a point away from automatic promotion. And I think they'll beat Bristol City 2-1. So that is Leeds returning to the Premier League with that win at home over Bristol City. So, and here's another massive clash, but we'll save that at the end. Luton, Coventry at Kenilworth Road, and I've got them second and third at the moment. We'll go back to that. Middlesbrough, Norwich, I think will be 4-1 to Middlesbrough. Them to beat Norwich at home again. I do think Norwich will end the season very disappointingly. Wait, who have they got in the last game? Oh, they might win that. Even though Cardiff's already got playoffs. Millwall, Swansea. I'm going to go 3-2 Millwall, which is a huge blow for Swansea. Oxford, Sunderland. Oxford know they're safe if they win this, but I rate Sunderland's record at the Kassams. I think Oxford's going to be there for another day. I'm going 2-1 Sunderland. Just like what Sunderland did last time at the Kassam. QPR, Burnley at Loftus Road. QPR have a brilliant record against Burnley, and I think this will be no exception at home, and I think this will be another away day Burnley will forget. I'm going 3-0 to QPR. I think as a result of that, QPR overtake Norwich in the table for 7th. Stoke, Sheffield United. I have gone with 3-1 to Stoke. Stoke beat them last time, I'm pretty sure, as well, at the Bet365 as well. Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth. Now, this game was home to the 3-3 2 seasons ago in League One. And I can't lie, I think this will be the game of the season. We haven't had a 4-4 yet during this season, so this is the one I'm going to use it for. I don't care, why not? That will be game of the season for me. They did it 2 seasons ago with that 3-3, and I can't see it being any different this time as well. So, yeah. I'm going 4-4. I don't care. And I haven't predicted a 4-4 all season yet. So, let's just go for it. Why not? We've got to have those games some point, don't we? We're due a 4-4 some point, aren't we? So, yeah, we'll go 4-4. And that will dent Wednesday catching the top 6, obviously, and top half of the table. So, right, the 2 intense games now. What do I reckon? We'll start with the top. Luton, Coventry. I can't see Coventry losing there. But Luton know that they have to win this to pretty much finish ahead of them. I do see Coventry getting a point. And it will be huge for Coventry's promotion bid. So they're both on 88. So Hull, Derby. What do I reckon for this? Oh, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Derby won at Hull last time they played there at the MKN. So that would be huge for Derby. I just think Hull's going to edge it, sadly. I think Hull's going to edge it. I think it'll be 2-1 to Hull. That could go either way, though. Whoever wins that will stay up, in my opinion. So that's the way I see that game between Hull and Derby. I think Hull's going to edge it, and that's going to heartbreak all the Derby fans. Oh, man. I feel so bad for Rams YT in the comment section. Now let's look at the table. Leeds are up. Leeds are promoted. Luton can't catch them. Coventry can't catch them. And West Brom and Burnley can't catch Luton and Coventry. So it's a straight battle for second on the last day on who gets promoted to the Premier League between Luton and Coventry. West Brom have to settle for playoffs. Burnley have to settle for playoffs. QPR have overtaken Norwich, like I said. Millwall's level on points with Norwich now. Borough's up to 10th, Wednesday 11th, Bristol City 12th. And we've got Stoke. We're 14th because Sheffield United's points deduction. And then Preston's in 16th, just behind us. Then it's Sunderland. Then it's Portsmouth. Swansea, Oxford, Hull, Watford, Derby, Blackburn. Right, let's have a look. Oh, Derby's down. Derby's down because the highest they can finish on is 43. The highest they can finish on is 43. And they can't overtake Watford. So that just shows how much of a huge win that was for Hull. Wow. Wow. So that's Derby relegated. I feel awful for them, but I do think they'll struggle this season. I hope I'm proved wrong. So, Oxford and Swansea can still go down. Swansea's touching distance from safety, though. To be fair, look at Oxford's goal difference. They could still get relegated. Swansea are not safe yet, but they're on the verge of safety. So, realistically, it's a three-way battle now on the last day between Oxford, Hull and Watford. Derby are down and Swansea are inches away from safety. So, it's between the yellow clubs and the orange club on who stays up. Two of them staying up, one of them going down. So that's what the last day is there for now. Intensity. And I know who we've got on the last day anyways. Let's look at the comment section. Oh no, mate, I rate your banter. No, honestly, I rate your banter. Yeah. Good job. These are only predictions. In reality, we all know Derby are going to gain promotion. If Derby go up this season, I will eat some sheep. I will eat the lamb sauce as a punishment to myself. Right, the last day then, and we've got Leeds. So let's just put the drink in now because we have a torrid record against Leeds United. And that's our 20th defeat of the season. And I think we'll lose 2-0, just like last time. So Leeds will finish the season. They're already up, so let's just calculate it. Leeds will finish the season, in my opinion, on 99 points with 30 wins, 9 draws and 7 defeats. So I don't think Leeds will quite break the 100-point marker like some people think they will. There are games I think they'll draw and drop points in. But I do have them winning the league. So, yeah. So that's 2-0 to Leeds at Home Park. So we finish the season mid-table. We're safe anyway. So, yeah. Let's have a look at the rest. Bristol City, Preston. We'll save the intense fixtures for last. So the ones that have nothing to play for, we'll go through now. Bristol City, Preston. I'm going 2-1 Bristol City. Burnley, Millwall. I can see Millwall jammily get a point at Burnley. So we'll go 1-1. Coventry, Middlesbrough. We'll save to the end because that could potentially decide Coventry going up. Derby's already down. But I do think they'll end the season on at least somewhat of a high. Not a win, but not a defeat either. 2-2. I will say this, actually. If Derby do go down this season, I can see them instantly going straight back up in 25-26. I do see it, honestly. I will say that now. If Derby do go down this season, I think they'll instantly go back up. I do think so, honestly. Because I know they have the tools to do it. If Derby go down, they'll remind me of Birmingham this season. That's the way I see it. But guess time will tell. Norwich, Cardiff. So Norwich end the season disappointingly, but I do think they'll end it on a high, 4-1. That won't be any confidence, though, for Cardiff going into their playoff clash against whoever finishes third. Right, Portsmouth, Hull. That's a battle for safety. That's a battle for safety, so save that for the end. Sheffield United, Blackburn to wrap up an awful season for Blackburn. I'm going 3-0 to Sheffield United. Sunderland, QPR, nothing to play for, but QPR underrated away from home. I'm going 2-0 to them. Oh my God. Swansea and Oxford have each other on the last day. That's mad. That's mad. And Watford have to beat Sheffield Wednesday at home to stay up. And West Brom got Luton. Luton's got to win at the Hawthorns to get second. Right. We'll start with the relegation battle first then. We'll start with this heated clash here. I think Swansea will beat Oxford at home 2-0, which will deepen Oxford's anxieties whether they go down or stay up. So I'm going 2-0 to Swansea. Watford, Sheffield Wednesday. I think Wednesday will edge them. I really think Watford will end it poorly. And that will be heartbreak for Watford fans if that does mean they're bottom three. So now it depends on Portsmouth Hull. And to be fair, Hull have won at Fratton Park the last time they went there. Unfortunately, for me, I think it'll be opposite day. I think Portsmouth's going to end the season on a high. 4-0. And that's going to anxiety for Hull on whether they stay up or not. Well, Swansea's safe with that win over Oxford. So we'll look at the table between the bottom at the end on who has gone down. West Brom, Luton at the Hawthorns. I'm going to say a shock here and Luton to implode on the last day. I am going 3-1 to West Brom on the last day. 3-1 to West Brom on the last day at home at the Hawthorns, which would be a terrible defeat for Luton at the end if they want to be back in the Premier League. So it all depends on Coventry-Middlesbrough. And Luton, I don't rate their record against West Brom either. And I think West Brom winning that will give huge momentum for Carlos Corberán going into the playoffs. So all eyes are on Coventry now. If Coventry get a point at least against Borough, since I've got Luton to lose, Coventry are in the Premier League next season. And as a result, I've backed that because Borough's record at Coventry is shocking in general. And I do think this will be Coventry season. So I'm going 3-0 Coventry. And that will be Coventry promoted to the Premier League for 25-26. And I've got them finishing runners-up to Leeds. So that's that, guys. Let's have a look at the table then. What have I predicted then this season? Watford are down. Hull survived. Hull and Oxford survived on the skin of their teeth. So I've got Blackburn to come bottom on 28 points. Derby to come 23rd on 41 points. Watford to come 22nd on 44 points. Like Derby, I think Watford could instantly go straight back up. Depends on who they sign and all that. But I think this will be their worst season in years. So Hull stay up by the skin of their teeth on 45. Oxford 20th on 47. 19th Swansea on 50. 18th Sunderland on 55. 17th Portsmouth. Well, I'm going to have to change a result because there's no way I see Preston finishing below us. So I've missed a game for Preston that I think they'll win. I'm going to have to change that. I do apologise, everyone. I only just realised that as well. For fuck's sake. I think Preston will finish on 59 points, not 57. I did write this down. So I'm going to briefly look at which game that is. But we'll go back to that in a minute. This is wrong. I don't think we'll finish 15th. I think we'll finish 16th. I do think Preston will overtake us on the last day. Sort of. Right, so I need to change that then. It's not our games we need to change because I know I've backed 16 wins, 10 draws, and 20 defeats. But I backed Preston to win 17 times, so that's what I need to change. We'll go back to that in a minute. Stoke 14th on 60, Sheffield United 13th on 62. But Sheffield United's 2 points deduction there and the goal difference actually puts Stoke 13th and Sheffield United 14th. Bristol City 12th on 64. Middlesbrough 11th on 65. Wednesday 10th on 66. Millwall 9th on 70. Norwich 8th on 72. QPR 7th on 75. Cardiff 6th on 77. Burnley 5th on 83. West Brom 4th on 86. Luton 3rd on 88. Coventry 2nd on 91 and Leeds to win the league on 99. So we'll have Luton against Cardiff in the playoffs and we'll have West Brom against Burnley in the playoffs. And I think it will be a Luton-West Brom final, which I know sounds really boring because I've got them 3rd and 4th. But I've got West Brom to win the playoffs. And I've said that from the beginning. I've got West Brom to win the playoffs. So I've got West Brom to beat Luton in the playoff final. I've got Coventry. You know what Luton did in the playoff final to Coventry 2 seasons ago when they beat them at Wembley? Coventry will get their revenge, in my opinion, this time with that automatic promotion. But yeah, Leeds, Coventry, West Brom, they're the 3 clubs that I think that will go up this season. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with Luton, but I just want to look at the bottom real quick. Had I predict a Derby win, Derby would have finished on 44 points. Hull would have finished on 42 points. So that would have potentially kept Derby up. So that just shows that that game really could go either way, honestly. Right, I better change this Preston prediction because I'm genuinely telling you now, and I'm not being biased on this at all. There's no way I see us finishing ahead of Preston. I genuinely admit that as well. So which game was it? I accidentally freaking typed in wrong for this second half. Oh, Christ on a bike. Right, so it wasn't Sheffield United. That's right. So this stream's now going to go longer than what I thought, for God's sake. No, that's Swansea games. Right. That's right. What's after that? Oxford. Yeah, no, that I ended up putting. Right, so it's not Oxford. It's not Borough. Not Blackburn, because that's a win anyways. Millwall. Was it Millwall? No, it wasn't Millwall. So I'm looking on my phone at the same time. Wasn't Watford. Wasn't Burnley. Wasn't Coventry. Wasn't Norwich, because that's a win. Wasn't us, because I think they'll beat us at home. Who's next? Bristol City. That I've got them to win. Oh, which one was it? So annoying I have to deal with this right at the end of the stream when I've got other stuff to do. It's not Sunderland. I've got them to win that. Was it Portsmouth? No, it wasn't Portsmouth away. Wasn't Derby at home. Was it Stoke? Was it Stoke? No, it wasn't Stoke. Okay. Wasn't West Brom. I think West Brom will annihilate them that game. Was it Wednesday? No, it wasn't Wednesday. Okay. Right, and what's after that? Cardiff. Wasn't Cardiff. We'll get there. We'll get there. Wasn't Leeds. I've got them to beat Leeds at home, to be fair. Wasn't QPR. Wasn't Hull at home. Okay, Wednesday at home. It wasn't that. Wasn't West Brom away. It's Oxford. I've typed it in wrong. I did it earlier, didn't I? Yeah, it's Oxford. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's Oxford. Okay, now let's look at the table. I think Preston will beat Oxford at home. I've obviously typed it in wrong by accident. So we'll wait for it to load. So let me just see if that matches my phone. Yeah, it does. It does. Right, so yeah, Oxford to finish on 46 points. So yeah, that'll be a lot more realistic in my eyes. So yeah. Preston on 59. Yeah, so there we are. I think that's going to be. I mean, I've got to release the actual predictions video as it is, anyways. But I think that's going to properly be my predictions for 2024-25. So yeah, Blackburn 24th, Derby 23rd, Watford 22nd, Hull 21st. I'm seeing if it matches my table I saved on my phone. Yeah, Oxford 20th. 19th, Swansea. 18th, Sunderland. 17th, Portsmouth. 16th, us. 15th, Preston. 14th, Stoke. No, actually, no, that's wrong because of Sheffield United's 2 points deduction. Go away. 14th, Sheffield United. I really think they're in for a hard season. 13th, Stoke. That was just my battery level coming up. 13th, Stoke. 12th, Bristol City. 11th, Middlesbrough. 10th, Sheffield Wednesday. 9th, Millwall. 8th, Norwich. 7th, QPR. 6th, Cardiff. 5th, Burnley. 4th, West Brom. 3rd, Luton. 2nd, Coventry. And 1st, Leeds. Leeds will win the league, in my eyes. And that's 8 points clear of Coventry in 2nd. So give Pompey a defeat for the back. Let's have a look at the comments section for the time being. The only thing worse to losing to Hull and getting relegated would be losing to Hull if they still had Rosinia and getting relegated and they survived because of it. Yeah, I see what you mean. Give Pompey a defeat for the Bants. As you know, if you watch my League One predictions, I don't think Birmingham are going to do as well as people say. Yeah, fair enough. I can see that as well, to be fair. I've got them second as it stands. My video for that will come out. If Watford get relegated, I would be flabbergasted. I know why you've done it, but I just don't see it. Yeah, fair enough. It just shows how horrible this league honestly is. It really does. So, yeah. There we are. That is my predictions. That is my predictions. So, that's that, really. So, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has watched this video. I'm now going to stop sharing. I was going to get Liam's predictions on at the end, but because I've got other stuff to do, I'm not going to do that now. I will leave that for Friday night for our watch-along. We're going to do a watch-along for the games between Blackburn and Derby and then Preston and Sheffield United. So we'll give you Liam's predictions then. And then, yeah, that's that, really. As for me now, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone staying, especially after my meltdown earlier with World Football Net crashing like a fraud. So, yeah, that's that, really. I think that is my predictions. I think that is going to be my confirmed predictions for sure now. So, well, obviously, when the actual predictions video comes out, I'll explain why in every bit of detail and why I've got everyone wet there and all that. But like Matey Boys just said from Derby, he knows my reasons on why I've got Watford down this season. So, yeah. Jack Ward has as well, the Oxford YouTuber. He's also got Watford relegated this season. So I've been heavily influenced by him as well. But we'll see. It's just, for me, their worst squad in years. And I think there could be the next biggest team that could get relegated. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. The rest of my predictions videos are going to come out. Liam and I are going to stream Preston, Sheffield United and Blackburn Derby. And then, hopefully, Truro on Saturday. I've got to get that confirmed yet. I don't know yet. I should be confirmed later on whether I'm going to Truro. And then Sunday Sunday, the Cornish Jana episodes are back, and we return to the episode spotlights with a trip. Where's the meme to this place?
Come on, Wednesday!
Back at that bloody place of all places on Sunday. The Argo episodes are coming back to the channel, guys. I can't wait. We'll see you all then. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one. Take care. See ya.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.